top 5 characters, top 5 iconic characters that absolutely positively need to be reworked in 2021. I've got a list of 5, and joining with me right now, who is not, you've not seen my list, have you?
I've not seen your list, and you don't know what my list is.
So this is a fantastic idea, actually. What we do is he's like, oh, let's make up our own lists, and then I'll review your list. So you've not seen, we're going to do your video next, but you've not seen my list. So
Not yet.
I wonder how much overlap we're going to have.
I hope there's not too much overlap with this.
All right.
We will see, though. We will see.
Okay. First on the list in no particular order, and I think this is no surprise to anyone. We're going to start the list off with my favorite and your favorite character that has pretty much always been a disappointment in this game. Always. In fact, when I pull him in any kind of premium orb, I almost always scream, and that is Wolverine.
Oh, I agree. He needs a rework. He doesn't even fit in his own team.
Yeah, and the thing is like Wolverine's Wolverine, right? I mean, what kind of characters out there are iconic? And this guy actually never has been important, right? Think about the history of the game. He's never been like meta-defining or shifting, or he's not even standalone good on his own, like by himself. He's like, he brings teams down at this point. Like Sabretooth is better than Wolverine, right? And that's pretty much his nemesis, right?
Yeah. I mean, at one point he was usable on his own team when Cyclops got that rework and reworked some of the X-Men, and he was usable. But yeah, never meta-defining, never changing the game, never as iconic as I think his character is outside of this game. So very disappointing.
Yeah, this guy is disappointing. Yeah. There's a lot of opportunity to redo something with him because they kind of are shifting mutants right now. We've got the Astonishing X-Men, now the Uncanny X-Men. There's a lot of things they can do, right, to make this amazing. It'd be nice if he was like a must-have with Phoenix or something, right? Like you have to use him, like he's that good. Or if he was even plug and play, like he was better elsewhere. Actually, I have to say this. The Thor got a rework, right? And he now works with Wave 1 of Avengers. And he's not on this list. I just want to put that out there, right? For me, he's not. I actually think Thor is like that important and that much better on the Wave 1 Avengers, right? Yeah. Where he actually does something and it makes the team better, but Wolverine doesn't. And I don't know what it is, damage output or maybe turn meter manipulation or something to make him better. Let's go to...
His damage, he needs more damage. His healing factor could be better. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do with Wolverine to make him better.
Maybe they'll come out with like Old Man Logan or something like that. All right. So number 2 on the list, and this is not in a particular order, and I think you know who I'm going to be. This is going to be absolutely needs a rework. Probably my favorite personal character in the entire MCU, and he is without a doubt the least legendary of all legendary characters. Tell me who I'm talking about.
Iron Man.
Boy, what a disappointment.
Oh, I saw you pass him a few times. I'm like, oh, he's not going to pick Iron Man. Oh, he's got Iron Man. All right.
This guy's garbage, and he's legendary. Come on. Here's the thing, too, and he's probably, I don't know about you, but he's the reason why I love Marvel, MCU, probably one of the main reasons, right?
Well, he's the one that brought it back. He's the one that brought it to the MCU, because I don't know if you remember before that, the Marvel movies were kind of
they were all over the place.
First Iron Man movie was like, whoa, this is a good movie.
Yeah, John Favreau, right? Either. Yeah, it's John Favreau. So yeah, Iron Man, least legendary legendaries. You know what I'd like to see happen to Power Armor? I'd like to see like it Tank Buster and drop in and be a tank on Power Armor, and then Iron Man fits into its proper place in the Wave 1 Avengers, doing something way better than he does now. Just pull him off of Power Armor altogether. He's actually like the worst member on the Power Armor team in some ways.
Yeah, I mean, when you put Ultron on that team to make him even better, Iron Man slides right off. So
yeah,
very easily. You're not losing a lot without Iron Man on a team.
Maybe they just need to like boost the synergies between him and Captain America, and so that you absolutely need to put him with Captain America, and he's like he makes up the best team. It seems like they kind of Black Widow, Hawkeye have to go together, and Hulk and Captain America pretty much have to go together. The next one is like, who do you put in the last slot? A lot of people are putting Thor, But wouldn't it be interesting if Iron Man was a better choice than Thor?
It would be great. It would be great because newer players could unlock him so quickly because of the shield. His event is always there. They could get shield characters, which some of them duplicate with that Avengers, and yeah, that'd be great for new players. And that will allow you to use Thor on Asgardians once you build that up. But
okay,
so bring him up. All right,
let's go to the next one. I think since we're talking about Iron Man, we probably have to talk about my second favorite character of all time in the MCU, and this will be no surprise at all. I mean, it's so disappointing that this guy is probably the worst Spider-Verse character, and it's just OG Spider-Man. Isn't that terrible?
It is. It is. He doesn't even fit on any Spider-Verse team. He none of them. And he's not that bad. His kid's not that bad. He just doesn't have any synergy, any like major synergy with anybody to have him be on a team. So he's just the better kit than Iron Man, better kit than Wolverine, right, but homeless.
Yeah, because basically we have symbiotes, right? And then we have chargeable Sinister Six, and then regular Sinister Six, and then Miles has kind of been placed on Young Avengers. This guy, he's nothing. He's nobody. He does nothing at all. This is. Can you imagine? So the three characters I've named right here: Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man. Like, if you think about Marvel in general, like, and you said, what are your 5 favorite characters in the Marvel universe? You know, good chances that these three are gonna come up: Wolverine, Iron Man, and Spider-Man, right? And they're not good in this game. If it was just one of these characters, that would be fine. But it's all 3 of these characters are not good. It just blows my mind, right?
It's frustrating. I mean, that we talked about power creep previously. They're victims of power creep. They're released super early in the game because they are powerful, and then now they just kind of got power creeped out of this game. So, you know, I would like to see them rework, get him back to relevance.
All right, and so this character is not as important as the last 3 as far as lore, but this character was bad when the game came out and has not gotten better and has never been good, and that character is Nebula.
I like, yeah. She really, she's never had a place. She's never had a team. And you could make the argument that she's kind of underrated because in a one-on-one scenario, she did pretty good. But now there's way better characters in a one-on-one scenario. So, yeah, she's not a great character. I don't know how iconic she is, but she definitely needs to get a little more love. Hopefully when.
But like, if you've never played her and you never looked at her individual stats and you just read her character, her kit reads like it should be good, and it's never been good. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, all this stuff with, like, adding evasions, an assist with a chance to revive on death. All this cool stuff happens. Counterattack, breaking the chain up to 2 adjacent targets. All this fun stuff that is happening right here. Gain 2 counters. You know what I mean? And then getting speed up. All this cool stuff on her kit, and it just is not good. And not good at all. It's just terrible, actually. And then the evasions and all that stuff, right?
Disappointing. Her sister needs a little bit of love as well.
Yeah, I guess Gamora's not on this list because actually Gamora was pretty good when the game first came out. Like, I like Gamora. Right now, she's not good.
Not very good either.
And then lastly,
both of those.
Lastly on the list for me is Winter Soldier. He's basically still useless without Zemo. He's useless without Zemo.
Zemo is what makes the team, not Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier's on the team, but
yeah, he's not. And actually, he does like any other Hydra would be better than this guy. Pretty much. I mean, Red Skull's better on that team for sure. He just doesn't do anything, and still, I don't know, man. It's just like, man, if we're gonna talk about like MCO, like again, a character that already technically had a minor rework, but it's never been good. Winter Soldier's never been good. Still's not great. Oh, and he's important.
Well, hopefully with the Falcon and Winter Soldier movie, he gets something that makes him a little better. I don't know if he's going to get some synergy with Falcon in this game, but make it better.
Now, and as far as these 5 characters, 4 of them I do care about a lot: Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Winter Soldier. Nebula, not so much. It's just I put Nebula on this list because she's never been good, and just like, oh my god, and it's like she does nothing. Wet noodle. So just like hopefully it'd be interesting if they did a Nebula Gamora. There's just so much opportunity, and yet we get these characters that I've never heard of. Like I've never heard of the Dad Bros. You ever hear of the Dad Bros before this? I mean,
briefly. I saw them in comics before, and I saw Shatterstar in the Deadpool 2 movie, but yeah, not
he died.
Too much outside of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a joke. He was a
joke. He was dead.
He was a joke in the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
and Jubilee. Don't forget about our legendary Jubilee coming.
Yeah, and then we've got these characters like Wolverine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Winter Soldier that are just pretty much garbage throwaway characters. I mean, Wolverine, they just give you to free. It's like, oh, cool, there's Wolverine. Like when you log into the game and play the tutorial, they give you Spider-Man. You're like, cool. And then you're like, oh, they do nothing. They do nothing at all. So, Valley Flying, I'm curious to see how different your list or how similar your list to this. I have imagined there's some overlap. I picked out the last two I did a little different, just hoping so that they wouldn't be exactly the same as yours. So head over to Valley Flying. Anything you want to say before we go?
I like your picks. I think they're all good picks, and luckily there are some differences. So we'll see.
All right, head over to Valley Flying's channel, and as always, thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.